Alright guys, first and foremost, I have no idea what that whirring noise is. I have no idea how to turn it off, so I'm sorry. You just have to bear with it. Basically, I've had a lot of people recently asking me about this week's scandal, which, you know, is always nice. So I thought the best way to reach as many people as possible, and obviously to make myself look like a fool, which is what I do best, I thought I'd do, you know, a video update. Me and Chris have been in this band for what seems like forever now, since high school. We've gone through a lot of different members in that time, left due to a variety of different reasons, you know, college, gone to university, you know, life just got in the way and made it impossible, musical differences, and we even had one drummer who sold his drum kit for a Spider-Man scooter. Yep, you heard that right, a Spider-Man themed, Spider-Man painted, motorised scooter. It happened, we saw it, and it was not impressive. Why the hell you buy a scooter when you can drive in a couple of years, I don't know. But anyway, moving on from that, 2010 and 11 were really good years for us. You know, we were gaining a lot of momentum, getting more shows than ever before. We had our best lineup so far. We were getting shows across the country, and using that momentum we thought, you know, we'd go into the studio and record a demo early last summer, because we'd never had anything solid. You know, we've always had odd shitty demos that we've recorded. We even, back in the day, we had demos recorded on an 8-track tape player. We've never had anything really, you know, solid, represents us, you know. So we thought we'd record a demo, get music out there, get more feedback on our work, have something to sell at shows for once, have something to give out. But that never really happened. We recorded the demo, and after that things kind of messed up. Our drummer Andy graduated university, was trying his best to get a job in Leeds, but with today's employment it's not really surprising that he couldn't find anything that would pay the rent, and because of that he had to move out of the house that he was living in. I moved back home, and home for him is Exeter. Now Exeter is, depending on traffic, a 3-hour drive at least to Leeds, and you know, obviously a 3-hour drive back depending on times, traffic, etc. And Andy was a trooper. He wanted to stay in the band. You know, he said if we had a show he'd stay in a hotel, and honestly we thank him for that. That is awesome enthusiasm. I mean, come on. But for you those that aren't good with maths, it's a 6-hour round trip. If we had free, and you know, it's just not cost effective, is it? Or time effective for a 6-hour round trip to have a 2-hour to 3-hour practice once a week, and on top of that we'd have to work around our schedules, his schedule, uni schedules, work schedules, etc. And you know, it just wouldn't have worked out, and you know, it's a shame, but unfortunately we had to let him go. And in terms of Hugo, who was our guitarist, he went AWOL across the summer. We couldn't get in contact with him through his phone, you know, social media, email, anything. We just could not get in contact with him. When, from all intents and purposes, he dropped off the earth. Turns out, when we did eventually get in contact with him, after summer had ended, and we'd have to turn down loads of shows, we couldn't release our EP, we couldn't do a launch show for it, couldn't play anything, couldn't practice, couldn't write anything new. After all that, it turns out he'd been working at a festival pretty much in the UK, and you know, just couldn't. After that, the trust was broken, you know. But we played a show, we practiced, and then after that it went AWOL again, dropped off the face of the earth again, and you know, we had to let him go because in a band contact is key. So for what felt like the 50th time, we were looking for new members, And I don't know if anyone out there in a band who might be watching this, people are probably turned off by now, how hard it is to find members if you don't know anyone who would want to join a band who isn't already in a band. It's damn hard to find members. Pretty much have to use the internet, you pretty much have to email back and forth, they tell you one thing, you practice with them, turns out, you know, they're nothing like they said they would be. And we auditioned a few members like that, and you know, it just didn't work out. So we're getting pretty desperate by this point, but Andy Watson, who we knew from Girl Kills Boy, his old band, we played with him a lot of times around Castle Leeds, he actually asked if he could join, because he was looking for a originals band. We were already like mates with him, and we sent him our demo. He learnt them tracks, we practiced, he learnt a couple of new tracks, boom, we're back exactly where we want to, and we're learning quick and everything like that. But again, we were looking for a lead guitarist, and one day I just saw Tom Jepson pop up on my Facebook timeline and doing acoustic covers. They were really good. Thought I'd message him asking him if he wanted an originals band, because at the time I thought he was in a band called The Clicks, who was a cover band. But it turns out that they'd split up because a couple of the members have had to move back to New Zealand, and he'd been looking for an originals band at university, couldn't find one, and you know, so very fortunate, and he's an amazing guitarist. We sent him the tracks from our demo, he learned them straight away, really enthusiastic. We practiced with him, we taught him a couple of new songs, and in 4 hours pretty much, he'd learned 5 songs, and you know, we were well on our way. We started writing a couple of new tracks, it really sounded really good, and yeah, so that's what's going down with the band. We've got our members back. This is this week's scandal, you know, version 50, and we hope to God this is the last version. Me and Chris, and now Andy and Tom, you know, all we want to do is play music in life. You know, we want to make this band. It doesn't matter if we ever make it big, we're in the charts, none of that shit matters. As long as you make enough money to play, tour, you know, and just play to fans that like your music the way it is, you know what I mean? And that's what we want to do. And we've got 2 great musicians, 2 great guys now that want to do that as well. Our comeback show is March 24th at the Cockpit, supporting Elvis Jackson, you know, the mixture of ska, punk, metal, really good band. It's going to be a really good show. Tickets are only a £5 from all the band members. So yeah, that's what's going down with the band. It's been a long video, I'm pretty monotonous, and I ramble a lot, so if you've got to this point, thanks for watching. You know, come to the show, keep supporting us, and thanks a lot. Cheers. I guess all that's left to say is, take care, spike your hair. Wrestling fans will get that. I've always wanted to say that on a video. Cheers.